If you're a fan of Scottish football, then please do us a favour and hit the follow button. We've been doing this podcast for just over a year now, and it's been amazing. We've spoke to some of the biggest names in Scottish football, footballers, ex-footballers, pundits, everybody, so it's been a total pleasure. Here are just some of the names of the people that we've spoken to. One of the first guests we had in the podcast was this man, ex-Rangers manager, Graham Murty. It was a total pleasure talking to Graham. It was just so nice to hear his stories about managing the club at the time and also his current role at Sunderland. He's bringing through great young players, and he was just such a nice guy. And also, after the podcast, he was nice enough to sit for about 15-20 minutes with us, just talking about football. It was amazing. Staying on the Rangers team, we spoke to ex-Rangers captain Gavin Ray, another really nice guy. I loved that Dundee team that he was in back in the early 2000s. Ivano Benetti was the manager and stuff. It was brilliant talking to him. I played alongside some great players at that point. And then obviously his time at Rangers when Barry Ferguson got stripped to the captaincy and Gavin stepped in to fill that role and stuff. So he spoke about that and amongst other things. So it was brilliant. But as a Celtic fan, this one was a real pleasure, talking to the legendary Murdo McLeod, talking about his time playing for Celtic and his time playing for Hibs and Dortmund, and obviously being assistant manager to Wim Jansen to stop Rangers from doing the 10, all that stuff. It was just such a nice guy, amazing. He played in the World Cup in 1990 as well, and just to talk about all that stuff through his career. He's got such a lovely family as well who were very helpful in setting up for us and stuff. So that was a real pinch me moment, that one. Another one was talking to Peter Martin. I remember growing up listening to Peter Martin on Clyde One and watching him on TV and just totally admiring, the style that he does and stuff like that. And then just getting a chance to sit there and talk to Peter as well. Just it's the same with everybody we've spoken to, it's just been a total honour, man, to actually speak to these guys and get them to give you the time of day and talk about football. It was brilliant. Then we done our very first face-to-face in-person interview, and that was because of this guy, Tam Cowan, who was so nice enough to invite us along to the BBC studios to sit and talk to him. What a day out that was, man. We just had a few drinks before it, then we walked along, we went in, we just spoke away to him, man. He was just so nice, he was very welcoming, and just another Scottish football legend. Lastly, I just want to talk about this guy, because we don't always talk to just people involved in Scottish football. It's throughout the UK and the world. Whoever else wants to come on, honestly, it's just anybody's welcome, because just love talking about football, love talking about the game. And so this man, Phil Brown, he used to manage Hull in the Premier League and stuff, and if anybody remembers the huddle he done